పుట్టానిలో సగ భాగం చెట్టుకు నువ్వే ఆధారం ఆ నింగి చినుకుల ధార నీ ఒడిలో నదులై పారా నీ ఎదనే పానుపు చేసి జీవకోటికి ప్రాణం పోసిన ధరణి దండాలమ్మ అమ్మ మానేలమ్మ ధరణి దండాలమ్మ అమ్మ మానేలమ్మ జజ్జన కర జనరే హైలెస్సో వైలాల వైలా ఓలేస జజ్జన కర జనరే హైలెస్సో వైలాల వైలా ఓలేస మనులు మాగాణాలు నీ తనుకు సింగారాలు ఆ కొండ కోనలు నీ మేనుకు మెరిసే నగలు మానవాళి ఏమిచ్చుకున్న మట్టి తల్లిని రుణము తీరున ధరణి దండాలమ్మ అమ్మ మానేలమ్మ ధరణి దండాలమ్మ అమ్మ మానేలమ్మ జజ్జన కర జనరే హైలెస్సో వైలాల వైలా ఓలేస జజ్జన కర జనరే హైలెస్సో వైలాల వైలా ఓలేస మన్ను మలినమైపోతే మన బ్రతుకులు సమాధి కాదా మానవ ఉనికి గతి తప్పి మనుగడ కనుమరుగైపోదా నిన్ను నువ్వు నిలబెట్టుకునేందుకు ధరణి దండాలమ్మ అమ్మ మానేలమ్మ ధరణి దండాలమ్మ అమ్మ మానేలమ్మ జజ్జన కర జనరే హైలెస్సో వైలాల వైలా ఓలేస Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Sadhguru. Thank you so much, Bhuvanesh Bujala garu. ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చినందుకు థ్యాంక్స్ a lot. Thank you.
మంగళక వాయిస్ లోనే మ్యాజిక్ ఉంటుంది. ఒక్కసారి మా మంగళక గట్టిగా చెప్పండి.
Thank you.
అంటే మీకు చాలా ఇష్టం. మేము ఎన్నోసార్లు చూసామంటే సద్గురు గారు ఎదురుగా పర్ఫామ్ చేయడం మీరు ఎన్నోసార్లు పర్ఫామ్ చేశారు. కానీ ఇక్కడ వాషింగ్టన్లో పర్ఫామ్ చేయడం సద్గురు గారు ఎదురుగా ఎలా ఉండే ఫీలింగ్?
నిజంగా సద్గురు గారిని చూస్తే నాకు శివయ్యని చూసినట్టే అనిపిస్తుంది. హార్ట్ఫుల్గా చెప్తున్నా. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సద్గురు. ఇక్కడికి విచ్చేసినందుకు మరొకసారి అదృష్టంగా భావిస్తున్నా మిమ్మల్ని చూడడం ఇక్కడ కూడా. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. ఒకటే ఒక మాట.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. మా అందరికి కూడా అలానే అనిపిస్తుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ మంగళక. దట్ వాజ్ వండర్ఫుల్ సింగర్. మన టాలీవుడ్ ఫిల్మ్ ఇండస్ట్రీలో ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఇంకా నంబర్ 1 ఫీమేల్ సింగర్గా మా మంగళక. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ మా భువనేష్ భూజాల గారు అండ్ అలాగే కన్వీనర్ సుధీర్ భండార్ గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో అతి పెద్ద కన్వెన్షన్ జరుగుతుంది వాషింగ్టన్లో. వీఆర్ ఆల్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ. ఇంత పెద్ద గ్యాదరింగ్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ వాషింగ్టన్లో ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ తెలుగు వాళ్ళందరూ ఇక్కడే ఉన్నట్టు అనిపిస్తుంది. సో ఒక్కసారి క్యాన్ వి ఇన్వైట్ ఆటా ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ కమిటీ అండ్ ది టీమ్ టు కమ్ ఆన్ స్టేజ్ ప్లీజ్, ఇంక్లూడింగ్ సుధీర్ గారు అండ్ భువనేష్ గారు.
అందరికీ స్వాగతం. సద్గురు గారికి ప్రణామాలు, సాదర స్వాగతం. I would like to request ATA Board of Trustees, please come on to the stage. I would like to request ATA Executive Committee and ATA Advisory Committee, please come on to the stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the very hard-working ATA EC members. All right. Requesting all the committee members to step back a little. కొంచెం అందరు వెనక్కి వెళ్తే. Yeah, it's an honor to invite another chief guest onto the stage, a very, very, very strong woman, my favorite, Upasana garu. గట్టిగా చెప్పలతో let's invite Upasana garu on stage.
We at the Apollo Foundation believe in giving back to the community with empathy and dignity. Our philanthropic work started with free clinics in 1983 when Dr. Pratap C. Reddy started Apollo Hospitals. The third generation, with Upasana Kamineni Konidela at the front, has now taken the flame from the founder of the group. There are two eminent programs under the umbrella of the Apollo Foundation: Total Health and Billion Hearts Beating. Total Health stems from Dr. Reddy's love for his village, Aragonda, in Andhra Pradesh. The program is based on his ideal of providing complete care from womb to tomb. Our mobile clinics hit the road daily, taking health care to the doorstep of people in villages and even in forests. Our Arjava warriors are people from the community who bridge the gap between the medical teams and local communities. Arjava warriors also recruit people for the Skills Development Project for the financial stability of the community. On World Environment Day, we organized a cleanliness drive to pick up plastic at a stretch of 100 kilometers between the Amrabad Tiger Reserve and Nagarjuna Sagar Sri Sailam Tiger Reserve. In a tie-up with the World Wildlife Fund for Nature, we have committed to providing free medical help to forest rangers who are often involved in people-animal conflict. We will soon launch philanthropy tourism at our centers in Amrabad and Aragonda by the end of 2022. We serve people in 150 senior care homes across India by providing free health checkups, medicines, and rations. Join our community on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
గట్టిగా చెప్పట్లండి for this beautiful woman on stage, Upasana Kamineni Konidela garu. We requesting you to speak a few words, ma'am.
I was not properly heard what you were singing, so there was no response from that. You have done the microphone checking before you came.
Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me at the back? No? Would you like me to talk louder? Okay, great. Good evening and thank you for having us here today. It means a lot. I don't feel I'm in the United States, I feel I'm back home in India. I just want to ask you one question. I don't know why I'm here today. I don't know why you are here today. I hope you know your purpose and I hope you know why you're here. The answer to that, no one has actually right now. But I must tell you, it's not by fluke that you're here. It's not by fluke that I am here. It's destiny that wanted us to be here today. That leads us to the most important question, especially for me. I've been trying to find my life purpose. How many of you know your life purpose? And it's so important. There's no reason for your existence if you don't know your life purpose. Well, I've gone, I've traveled, studied, etc., etc. And then what I found is that my grandfather showed me my life purpose. Dr. Pratap C. Reddy Garu has shown me that my life purpose is to create a positive impact. And that positive impact is for the people I love, the people around me, and more than anyone else, it's for myself. And that's what got me working with the Apollo Foundation. This foundation is not about just health. It's about people. It's about how you are. We don't care about your caste, your religion, your race. Nothing matters to us. All we want you to do is to come and make an impact. We want you to come back to India. Think about us. Think about the people here and see the new face of India. Volunteer your time, treasure, and talent. Your time and talent matter the most to us. Come see us as a new India. And I think that you owe this to yourself. So many people ask us this question about belonging. You belong to yourself. And that's the most important thing for us.
Almost,
I don't want to keep all these
met you.
people standing here for too long, but... Okay, if you turn your airdrop on, I can send you a link, and I would really like to connect with you people more often. So for those who can't hear me at the back, turn your airdrop on. So I started by saying that we are all here for a purpose, but we all need to be channelized in the right direction. And to do that, we need someone to guide us. Everyone has been seeing Sadhguru, Save Soil, Kaveri Calling, Rally for Rivers. And I just want to tell you today that, he's someone really special. He is the channel between us and the higher power. Sadhguru, thank you so much for being here today. I've been following you from the time I was a child. Thank you so much. And I know that our future is safe if we follow you. You have been an inspiration to so many, and you will continue to do so. Thank you very, very much. And I look forward to asking you a lot of questions this evening. Thank you.
We're all waiting for that moment too, ma'am. And thank you so much.
Sadhguru, can we please request you to come on stage? Thank you.
జగ్గి వాసుదేవ్ సద్గురు సద్గురుగా సుప్రసిద్ధులైన యోగి మార్మికులు ఈశా ఫౌండేషన్ సంస్థాపకులు జగ్గి వాసుదేవ్ సద్గురు. ఈశా అనే పదానికి దివ్యమైన నిరాకార స్వరూపం అని అర్థం. ఈశా సంస్థ ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా యోగా కార్యక్రమాలు నిర్వహిస్తోంది. ఈశా ఐక్యరాజ్య సమితి ఆర్థిక సామాజిక సంస్థకి ప్రత్యేక సలహాదారుగా నియమించబడింది. వీరి సేవల్ని గుర్తించిన కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఆయనను 2017వ సంవత్సరంలో పద్మ విభూషణ్ పురస్కారంతో సత్కరించింది. మట్టిని రక్షించు అనే ఉద్యమం మట్టి ఆరోగ్యం కోసం పాటుపడేందుకు మట్టి సంక్షోభాన్ని పరిష్కరించడానికి జాతీయ విధి విధానాలు ఏర్పాటు చేశారు సద్గురు. ఇన్నర్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో వ్యక్తులకు ధ్యానం, ప్రాణాయామం, శాంభవి మహాముద్రను నేర్పించటం జరుగుతుంది. కార్పొరేట్ నాయకత్వం కోసం ఇంక్లూజివ్ ఎకనామిక్స్ ని పరిచయం చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. నేటి ఆర్థిక రంగంలోకి కరుణను, అందరూ మనవారే అనే భావనను ఇది తీసుకొస్తుందని సద్గురు అంటారు. 2005 మార్చి మాసంలో అమెరికాలోని టెన్నీస్ రాష్ట్రంలోని మాక్మిన్విల్ ఈసా ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్నర్ సైన్సెస్ ద్వారా ప్రపంచ పశ్చిమార్థ గోళంలో ఆధ్యాత్మిక చైతన్యం తీసుకొస్తున్నారు. 2001లో ఐక్యరాజ్య సమితి ప్రపంచ శాంతి సమావేశంలో 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009 సంవత్సరాలలో ప్రపంచ ఆర్థిక సమావేశాలలో సద్గురు ప్రసంగించారు. 2012లో 100 మంది అత్యంత ప్రముఖ వ్యక్తులలో ఒకరిగా సద్గురు గుర్తింపు పొందారు. అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం ఆట 17వ మహాసభలకు వాషింగ్టన్ DC వాల్టరీ వాషింగ్టన్ కన్వెన్షన్ సెంటర్ కు అతిథిగా విచ్చేయటమే కాదు, తన అమూల్యమైనటువంటి సందేశంతో మన అందరి ఆహ్వానం మేరకు విచ్చేసినటువంటి జగమెరిగిన మేధావి, విద్వన్మణి, యోగి, ఎందరో ఋషుల సమీకృత రూపం, జ్ఞాన మార్గదర్శి సద్గురు గారికి స్వాగతం, సుస్వాగతం. ఆటా అధ్యక్షులు శ్రీ భువనేష్ భుజాల గారు, ఇతర ఆటా బాధ్యులు వారిని సాదరంగా వేదిక మీదకు తోడ్కొని వస్తారు.
All right, so Ata invites Sadhguruji, and before Sadhguruji comes on stage, can we have the culmination track, please?
A 100-day journey spanning 30,000 kilometers
from London to India as part of a Safe Soil campaign.
Its aim is to activate the support of over 3.5 billion people
to change the world and make it a better place.
It's a great pleasure for me. These beautiful Caribbean nations are going for this first.
This memorandum of understanding that we are signing, it will also bring some technical assistance to the Caribbean region.
This is a historic moment because here is the first step to turn around.
It is not about the motorcycle, it's not about the journey, it's not about the song, it is about moving people on the planet. Make it happen, huh?
There has been so much excitement and everybody is so excited to hear Sadhguru.
It's our common issue together. It's not for one nation, for one person, but we as people have to unite and to solve this.
All of us have been part of this disruption. The only way is all of us become part of the solution also. Riding on to Italy. Italy is raining heavily tonight. The most dangerous thing has been the winds. Sometimes winds were gusting around 65 knots. So literally my front wheel was just lifting up like it's a balloon.
Over 2,000 years ago, this eternal city made the mistake of overfarming the region. The Romans of today should never make that mistake once again.
And we are very happy that we are aligned in our message to really hide the profile of soils.
It's a message of urgency, but it's also a message of hope. So I would really like to thank Sadhguru for his leadership.
Fantastic. France has been great.
We should all stand up and make the most impact we can to create a real change in the world.
Save the soil.
And a super enthusiastic crowd committing themselves to make this happen.
Save the Soil is a very important movement that we support as UNCC.
We need to do everything to protect it and prevent harm to the soil.
These days, the modern mothers, if children go and put their hands in the soil and come, they say, your hands are dirty. No, they're not dirty. You are touching the source of your life.
People from Istanbul were really amazed by Sadhguru to appear, and they were just so happy to see him.
I salute you and I respect your initiative and my full support.
Dear Sadhguru, one of the world's voices and leaders on soil conservation and land.
So it's extremely important. It must be a single point agenda, incentive-based agenda. I don't want this COP15 to end as one more convention with more paper and more paper. This must end with concrete action.
You honor the country, you honor the people of this country.
Okay, it's all about safe soil.
His thoughts and philosophies goes across all cultures and religion.
930 kilometers, which means probably we'll have to ride the whole night.
My dear brother Sadhguru, I would like to thank you for including the United Arab Emirates in your inspiring journey.
There are no words to describe what it means to be back in India.
सदगुरु जी ने यात्रा की। दुनिया को मिट्टी के प्रति स्नेह तो पैदा हुआ ही होगा, लेकिन भारत की मिट्टी की ताकत का भी परिचय मिला होगा।
As a capital city, you have a more important responsibility. Let's make it happen.
मुझे लगता है उत्तर प्रदेश की 25 करोड़ जनता इस पूरे अभियान के साथ जुड़ेगी।
मैं ये वचन देता हूं कि मिट्टी बचाओ अभियान में आपके पीछे हम कदम से कदम और कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर साथ चलेंगे।
We are committed to this cause, and I'm here to say that Maharashtra आपल्या सोबत आहे, ईशा फाउंडेशनच्या सोबत आहे आणि सेफ सॉइलच्या सोबत आहे.
everything under the command to save soil.
So as I park here, it's 27,854 kilometers. That for 10 to 12 minutes a day, you will spread the soil message.
Wow, truly amazing. Let's all save soil and with great respect and dignity, let me invite on stage our very own Sadhguruji.
Sorry, I'm covering you, sir, please. Listen. Please come. I'm okay. They're taking a picture.
Right, thank you to all the committee members. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all the committee members on stage. Thank you so much, and requesting Sadhguruji to speak a few words.
दृष्टो मया तव महाकारः योगेश्वर काल योगेश्वर काल అందరికి వందనములు. This is supposed to be, can you hear me, everybody out there? Oh. This is supposed to be an evening with the mystic. If we want to explore anything mystical, one thing is, you must settle down and there should be only one person speaking in the hall. Hello? Hey, this doesn't even happen in India, come on. Hello, will you make all those people sit down? Those of them who are traffic out there. I will wait till everybody settles their affairs. Hello? Will somebody walk through this aisle and make everybody sit down? Oh. Sir, please sir, if you can settle down yourself, sir. What is this? You don't want to listen to anything, you just want to do selfies, I will come there and we'll just do that and finish this. If you want me to speak, you must settle down and you must… Can we do this, please? Who are all these people? Please, some of the organizers need to go there and ask them to become quiet. You know, this never happens in India. I'm just surprised you guys, you're doing this here. We have crowds 50,000 to 100,000 people pinned up. Let me see this happening here in Washington, D.C., come on, eh? Now someone has to take responsibility to quieten these people. Either they're not hearing me or they don't care, whichever way, please fix it.
Requesting everyone to stay silent, please. Everyone, thank you.
చెప్పండి చెప్పండి తెలుగులో చెప్పండి. వాళ్ళే మాట్లాడుతున్నారే, నేనేం చేసేది?
All right, so silence from here on.
Well, what is mysticism? Mysticism is not magic, nor is it something otherworldly, because there is no other. Universe is one tremendous phenomena happening as one. So if you can't do any magic, Sadhguru, why are you here? My business is not to do magic. If you have eyes, I see that you don't have ears, many of you out there, but if you had eyes, wherever you look, there is magic. Life is magic. On this little mud ball of a planet, all of us sitting here, it's spinning and traveling at a tremendous speed. We are sitting here. This itself is magic in the middle of nowhere. Out of the same soil. The sweetness of the mango comes from the same soil. The bitterness of the neem comes from the same soil. The fragrance of the flower comes from the same soil. This is magic. If you have eyes, there is magic and magic everywhere. Neither science nor religion really can explain what's happening here. One believes, another has deductions. Beliefs will assist you, belief systems will assist you to bring some solace to your mind. These deductions, scientific deductions, are utilitarian, but neither of them can touch the core of what life is. So touching the core of life, knowing the essential magic of creation is mysticism. When one starts seeing clearly, the clarity and vision of an individual, when it penetrates the attendant ambience of life in the form of physical manifestation, then you get labeled as a mystic. So mysticism is not about going somewhere. Mysticism is about sinking your roots deep into the very core of life. If you penetrate the surface of life and know life at its very core, unfortunately, it gets labeled as mysticism. It should have been the natural process of life that every human being experiences not just the surface but the very core. But such a thing is not happening. There are many aspects, but I could touch upon three basic things which doesn't allow you to experience life at its very core. This is not popular, you will not like it, but I'm not standing for an election, so I can say what I want to say. Is that okay? Hello? I'm not standing for an election, nor do I have to receive a salary from somebody, nor do I need anything from anybody, so I can always say what I want to say. What I see as true, I say because I have nothing to gain or lose. But if you pay attention, I hope those people know what that means. If you pay attention, there is an immense very life to be gained. Right now, most people are misunderstanding their psychological process as existential. Well, it brings some immediate sense of joy, pleasure, at the same time, enormous amount of suffering. What is all the human suffering about? Well, they're not able to manage their own thought and emotion, that's all. They may give it 1,000 reasons. You call it stress, you call it anxiety, you call it by many names. I was talking to a group of prominent psychiatrists in UK. They told me there are 72 varieties of mental ailments. One of them happens to be compulsive nose-picking. Does anybody have it? Hello? You start picking your nose to a point where it bleeds, but you can't stop because it's compulsive. Essentially, you can call it by 1,000 names if you want. Essentially, what has happened is, your intelligence is turned against you, that's all. If your intelligence was working for you, I'm going to ask you a question, whether you say yes, no or silence, I'm going to bless you, okay? If you were given a choice, if your thought and emotion took instructions from you, would you keep yourself blissful or miserable? Only this side. What about this? Oh, not bad. Sometimes what you wish for your neighbor may be debatable, but what you want for yourself is very clear. Highest level of pleasantness. What is pleasantness? If this body becomes pleasant, we call this health. You want it? I'm going to bless you every time you say yes, no, nothing. I bless you accordingly. Health, you want it? So if body becomes pleasant, we call this health. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it pleasure. Only that group Blessed, okay, it's up to you. If your mind becomes pleasant, we call this peace. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it joy. If your emotions become pleasant, we call this love. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it compassion. If your very life energies become pleasant, we call this blissfulness. If it becomes very pleasant, we call it ecstasy. If your surroundings become pleasant, we call this success. Only to create pleasantness in your surroundings, you need the cooperation of people and forces around you. But to create pleasantness of body, pleasantness of mind, pleasantness of emotion and energy, it is 100% your business. Hello? It is 100% your business to keep this body, this mind, this emotion, this energy as pleasant as possible. But if you want to create pleasantness in the surroundings, well, the times in which we exist, the people who are around us, the forces which are working around us, many things decide that. We also have a role, but it's not all ours. So, what is it that makes a human being? Instead of crossing the limits of survival, crossing the limits of one's physical existence and knowing life in its very core, gets crippled like every other creature. When I say every other creature, nature has drawn two lines for all creatures on this planet. Only for the human being there is no top line. This is the reason why you're referred to as a being. We don't refer to any other creature as a being. We don't call a tiger being, an elephant being, an ant being, no. Only you are a being because you're supposed to know how to be. If you really knew how to be, would you be blissful or miserable? Every moment of your life? Why something so simple is not happening is… One thing is, you may know this, but you're not conscious that you are on a limited lease of time. You think you're here forever. Well, people are gathering footwear for 10 lifetimes, but they just have a few years left. I was in somebody's home and by accident I walked into this room and I looked around, there were over 800 pairs of shoes, footwear. I thought, what is this? And I was just looking around, are they dealing in footwear or something? But I knew both of them are successful doctors, but they had 800 pairs of footwear. Then I noticed all of them were ladies' footwear. By then the lady of the house walked in and said, Sadhguru, Sadhguru, what are you looking for? I said, just by chance I walked in, what is all this footwear? No, Sadhguru, please, please, come, come, come. She's too embarrassed. I said, these are all your footwear? Please, Sadhguru, please. I said, you got enough footwear for 10 lifetimes, because you can't wear down 800 pairs of footwear, all right? And how are you going to choose what are you going to wear today? I can understand you're a woman, you want all the 7 colors of the spectrum, and one for the party, one for the walking, one for the golfing, one for this, one for that, all right, 25. But 800? So this was bothering me, and then when I met one of the CEOs of a top, footwear making company in America, then I asked him, what is it that makes a woman buy 800 pairs of footwear? And he said, Sadhguru, the thing is, that is the only item she can buy the same size throughout her life, that's why she keeps on buying. I thought, okay, that makes sense. Now, the problem is this, we are not conscious, we are mortal. We are not conscious. What is ticking away is not the clock, what is ticking away is our life. We are mortal and it's going away. As we sit here, it's going away. If you think of this once in a way, of course you will become paranoid. But if you're conscious of this every moment, you would organize every moment of your life the way you want it. You would keep yourself the way you want yourself to be every moment of your life. You're not even the way you want yourself to be, but you want others to be the way you want. You're all the time thinking how this person should be the way I want, that person should be the way I want. No, the problem is not that they are not the way you want, the problem is you are not the way you want. Such a simple thing has not happened. One reason is we are unconscious of our mortal nature. We think we are here forever. You know, like in Karnataka, near Bangalore, a sage who served humanity for his entire life died at the age of 109, 109 years, 109 years of age. And all the newspapers and everybody saying, he died suddenly. I said, what? At 109 you die suddenly? Does anybody die suddenly? Nobody dies suddenly, we are all dying right now. Hello? We are all slowly going. One day the process will be complete. If you're conscious of this, oh, you wouldn't waste one moment of your life looking here, there. You would want to keep your life at its best. So one reason is mortality. Another reason is we are, in our societies, we are complicating our survival process in such a way, there is no way out. A few years ago, if you remember, there was a big debate in America about where is Jesus going to come back. Some people said he's going to come back in Missouri. There's a big argument about this. So someone came to me and asked Sadhguru, where is Jesus going to come? Is it true he's going to come in Missouri, or will he come on Mount Olive in Jerusalem? Once again, the same mistake. I said, see, if he comes in America, he will be deeply disappointed because last time in Jerusalem, he said, come follow me. Only 12 guys followed him. A phenomena like that, only 12. Out of that, one of them freaked anyway. If he comes to America, if he says, come follow me, nobody will be behind because you got 15 years student loan, 10 years car loan, you have 35-year house mortgage, and of course for your lifelong health insurance you have. Your bank will hold you by the strings. You are not going to follow anybody. Hello? You're not going to follow anybody because your bank will hold you by the strings because you got something to pay. Sir, can we settle this, sir, please? Hello? Okay. That's crazy. So, the third aspect is, we have misunderstood information as intelligence. We have misunderstood memory as intelligence. This is a serious flaw in the way we have structured our societies. Information is useful for survival. Information is useful to make yourself look smarter than somebody who is next to you right now. But information doesn't penetrate into deeper layers of life. You need attention. Attention is the key. And how you hold this attention, in the sense, your attention should be unprejudiced and without intent. It's like the light. The attention is like light. If it's on, it lights up whatever there is. It has no intent to show this person or that person, it just lights up whatever there is. That's how your attention should be. If your attention is like this, that it is unprejudiced and without intent, it's simply on, then mysticism would be everyday life for everyone. Deeper dimensions of life would be available for every human being. Unfortunately, human beings are trapped in these three aspects of not being conscious of one's mortality, complicating their survival. When I say complicating your survival, as I said about these banks, now at one time survival would have been when you were in the cave, I got one full meal a day, that would be my survival. Then it became 3 and 5, then it became a home, then if your neighbor has a Mercedes, you must have a Bentley, if he has a Bentley, you must have a Rolls Royce. Like this, survival is getting complicated. What I see is, when I'm at the Economic Forum, I'm with nearly 1,200 billionaires, not 1 billion people, these are all big billionaires, but still in a survival mode because you're trying to survive, because the bar of survival is going up, up and up. So there is no question of ever coming off that. So once you're in a survival mode, you will be hankering all the time. You can't come to ease. When I say you can't come to ease, I want you to understand, for you to perceive something, even your breath, the very way you breathe can become an impediment. When I say the very way you breathe can become impediment, on an average, most human beings are breathing around 15 times per minute. If you make it 12 times, not by force, because your body has come to such a level of relaxation, if you make it 12 times, you will know the nature of your body, how it functions, what it does, how it really works. You will most of the time you will not need any medical test. By yourself you know what is happening within. This is very important because just now somebody was talking to me about Sadhguru, how to reduce America's healthcare bills. $4 trillion, it's bigger than India's economy, how do we do this? I said one important thing is people should become little more at ease. Right now everybody is hyper like that. In that state, you cannot know what is happening with yourself. Somebody has to tell you what's happening with you. This is a tragedy, that someone else from outside, using various instruments, have to tell you what's happening with your body because there is no attention at all. So if your breath settles down, not controlled, sir, I am the one who is speaking, sir. No, all the audience are being supplied water, so I just said, it is not by control, but by ease, by relaxation. If your breath settles down to 12, you will know everything that you need to know about your body. If it settles down to 9, you will know the language of all life around you, including plants, animals, birds. If your breath settles down to 6, you will know the language of the inanimate and the magic of elements on the planet. If your breath settles down to 3, you will know the language of the universe. If your breath, out of relaxation, not out of control, if it just suspends itself and you're not breathing for periods of time, if that happens, you will know the language or the silence of the source of creation. Every human being is capable of this, but unfortunately, see, they're all talking, they won't stop because they can't stop. Because human beings, our intelligence is useful to us only if we function consciously. Otherwise, our intelligence is the biggest problem on the planet. Right now, we've been talking about soil. Every responsible scientist is pointing out that by 2045, we will be producing 40% less food and our populations will be over 9 billion. In another 60 years' time, 90% of the world's soil will be degraded. You think there is some evil force destroying this planet? There is no such thing. It's human beings in pursuit of their own happiness and well-being. This is the case of a potato farmer who wanted to eat mangoes. Shall I tell you a story? Shall I tell you a story? For a story, you must have the right attitude. When I say, once upon a time, you should say, ha ha. Hello? Once upon a time. There was a potato farmer. Oh, same ha ha for everything, huh? The potato farmer wanted to eat a mango. So he went searching for a mango tree, then he found a mango tree. But being a potato farmer, after sheer habit, he started digging the ground for mangoes. When he did not find any, he became furious and dug furiously. After some time, slowly the tree came down upon him. This is the story of humanity right now. Our intelligence is working against us. Our intelligence is destroying everything. If our ignorance destroyed something, our lack of intelligence destroyed something, it's fine. But right now, our very intelligence and knowledge is destroying everything. This is because we are wielding a powerful instrument which we refer to as human intelligence or intellect without the necessary consciousness. Unconscious usage of our intelligence is bringing enormous pain and suffering to individual human beings and the planet and every other life. Every other life on this planet must be cursing your intelligence like anything because in the last 70 years, 67% of the vertebrate life on this planet is gone. 82% of the biomass insects are gone. 92% of freshwater aquatic life is gone. What's our plan really for this planet? What's our plan for our future? What's our plan for our children? This is not because you're stupid, simply because you have an intelligence, but you're unconscious. I'm going to ask you one more question. Whatever you say or you don't say, I'm going to bless you. Would you want your intelligence to be sharp or blunt? Sharp. So once you have a sharp instrument in your hand, how you hold your hand is very important. Why we do not give a sharp knife to a child's hand is not because a knife is dangerous. Definitely a child is not dangerous, but a child's hand is not steady and he is unconscious, so he will do this, either he'll hurt himself or hurt somebody else. This is exactly what's happening right now. You've been given an intelligence which hurts you all the time or hurts somebody else all the time, because this level of intelligence just cannot be handled by an unconscious person. This lack of consciousness is the biggest issue right now. As we become more and more empowered, lack of consciousness is going to tell upon our lives, our well-being or our sufferings, because today World Health Organization is predicting a mental health pandemic. You know what is a pandemic? You have experienced this. That means if one person has something wrong with him or her, he can give it to this whole group of people. That is a pandemic. When we say mental health pandemic, that means the whole crowd here can go. We are going there because of the way we are conducting our own intelligence. If your intelligence were taking instructions from you, would you remain sane or insane? Hello, you must choose. Because the time has come where we are 8 billion people, it is expected by 2050 we will be 9.6 billion people, and nearly 10 billion people on this planet. If all of us are not sane, stable, peaceful, joyful, oh, we are going to be such a misery to be with each other. We are going to be such a challenge to ourselves and to everybody else. It's time. It is time to create a more conscious planet. It is time that everybody strives for this if we do not bring about this one thing. Everything that we have built, we have done many fantastic things. Everything that we have built, our civilizations, our technology, our infrastructure, so many powerful things, all will work against us, not for us. As long as our intelligence is working against us, everything will work against us. I want you to understand this. You may call it stress, anxiety, whatever. Whatever kind of suffering you go through is simply because your intelligence has turned against you, it's not working for you. This happened. On a certain day, a lady went to sleep. What happened? A lady went to sleep. In her sleeps, she had a dream. What happened? She had a dream. In her dream, she saw a hunk of a man standing there and staring at her. Then he started coming closer and closer and closer. He came so close, she could even feel his breath. And she trembled, not in fear. And then she asked, "What will you do to me?" The man said, "Well, lady, it's your dream." You're not getting it. What's happening in your head is your dream. If you cannot even manage your dream, how the hell are you going to manage your life? Your thought and your emotion, if it doesn't happen your way, life happening your way, it's just by chance. If it happens by chance, you always live with the fear of losing it all the time. It's extremely important. Your body, your mind, your emotions happen just the way you want it, because these are things that are created by you. External situations need not necessarily happen the way you want it. Somebody else need not happen the way you want it, because nobody ever happens 100% your way. Hello? Married people, you know, nobody ever happens 100% your way. Did you discover that or no? If your partner is happening 51% your way, you have the controlling stake. If you try 100%, nobody will be around you, they're gone. But this one person must happen 100% your way. If this person doesn't happen your way, it's a lost cause. Life is a lost cause. We were thinking of exploring some meditative process, but I don't think we can do anything like that right now. Upasana, I'll leave it to you. Please. It's okay, I'm okay.
Hello.
Hello. So, thank you, Sadhguru. Thank you. Thank you, Sadhguru. I promised myself that I'm going to go back with something very special, and I'm going to let go of something that has bothered me a lot for the longest time. So when I leave this room, that thought is just going to leave me, and I'm going to go back with a lot of positivity. And I promise myself that. So thank you for giving me this opportunity.
That's a very dangerous promise, because let me do one thing to you right now, or everybody can participate in this. Next 10 seconds, only 10 seconds, close your eyes, do not think about a monkey. Next 10 seconds, do not think about a monkey. Try.
Monkey?
Monkey, yeah. Don't think about a monkey. Only monkeys, I believe. So, I'm saying this is the nature of our mind. If I say I do not want something, the stronger you say it, the more it fills you up. Don't do that. If you find something more worthwhile, more profound, other things will just drop off. As a child, did you have a teddy bear or some other doll, toy? Yeah, you had. At that time, when you're 4 or 5 years of age, if I come and snatch your teddy bear away, maybe it would leave you wounded in some way. But now you've grown up, do you know where your teddy bear went? Most of the time we don't know, it just disappears. You don't even realize when it falls off, because you found something else of higher involvement, more profound involvement, small things just fall off. So find an engagement with something more profound. Whatever you think should go will naturally go away. But if you determine, I promise myself I'll never think about this, that is the only thing you'll be thinking about.
I take my words back. Okay, Sadhguru, thank you. Okay, this brings me to the next question. I believe every human being resonates with some animal.
Animal?
Animal.
You mean a man?
No, animal.
Oh.
So, if you were an animal, what animal would you be and why?
I said a man.
No, you can't say. You're pretty bugged.
Because a lot of ladies, they are agreeing with me, see, she's
No,
clapping.
no human being, only animals, please.
No, a lot of ladies agree that men are quite animals. Lot of ladies agree, hello? See?
Please, Sadhguru, please, I really need an answer now.
Oh, you want me to be an animal?
Yes.
I don't have a choice like that. I think it's taken millions of years to evolve out of that and become this. Why would I want to go back?
That's true. Good answer. Thank you. Okay, serious questions now. How can one find their life purpose?
Life purpose? See, such needs come within a human being only when there is no profoundness of experience. Have you seen in your own life, when you're extremely happy, when you're blissed out, do you think what is the purpose of life? No, it doesn't matter. When life has become a little burdensome, to come out of that burdensomeness, you want to find a purpose. This purpose is a very dangerous thing, because every tyrant in the world always thought his purpose is to change the world, his purpose is to do something. Life is a purpose unto itself. If you taste the profoundness of life, you don't need any more purpose. It is a phenomenon beyond all purposes. This purpose is a psychological requirement within a human being to feel important here. I'm telling you, you and me are not important. Countless number of people have walked this planet before you and me. Where are they? All are topsoil. This also not you, this also will become topsoil. Unless your friends choose to bury you real deep, fearing that you may rise from the dead. Otherwise, we will also become like topsoil, like countless number of people have become. But in some places, people claim that whatever, so there are some issues. Can I tell you a joke? This happened in Texas. Anybody from Texas? Hello? Oh. No, somebody with a real 10-gallon stuff and all that, no. You're regular Indian people claiming you're from Texas, it's okay. So, there was a couple in Texas, they had a dream that they wanted to go to the Holy Land, Jerusalem. They thought about it before they got married, they thought they will go, but they got married, then there was honeymoon, then there was pregnancy, then there were children, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Children went to school, they grew up, the graduation, children's marriage, grandchildren, da-da-da-da-da. So nearly 40 years passed. Then they got an opportunity to go to Holy Land. They were well over 75 years of age. They went there, you know, Jerusalem bleeds history, every cobblestone bleeds history, wherever you go there is story about it. So they were just awestruck, walking the same streets where Jesus could have walked. They went to a place where he's supposed to have walked upon water. Like this, they were completely overwhelmed. Unfortunately, the lady had a heart attack and she died. This happens, you know. This happens to all of us, hello? Now, then the man was preparing to bring her body back to Texas. Then the local people arrived. They came and said, see, this is not it. Your wife has done the right thing. She has chosen to die in the Holy Land. This is a good thing to do. And now, if you want to transport her body back to Texas, it costs $18,000 to fly it. And we don't know what the local charges are. Here, because you're American, because you're distraught with the loss of your wife, we will do it for $16,000, all rituals, let's do it. The man thought about it and said, no, I will take her back to Texas. Then they said, okay, see, you lost a wife of 40 years, you're not able to think straight. All right, we'll give you a super discount, $12,000, let's do it, let's do it. He thought about it and said, no, I will take her back to Texas. They said, why? Why are you doing this? This is not right, $18,000 for transportation and local charges, and she's done the right thing to die here in the Holy Land. Why are you doing this? Oh, you're very distraught, you just lost your mind. Okay, super discount, we will make it $6,000. Come on, let's go, let's do it. You know, this is a haggling place. The man thought about it and then he said, no, I will take her back to Texas. They threw up their hands and said, "Why? What's wrong with you?" He said, "In Texas, dead stay dead." Hmm? They didn't get it. You explain to them.
I'm not taking
You can't hear, is it? Oh, thank you for telling me now. Okay, please.
Okay, next question. I'm sure they'll hear this. This is the next question. I'm sure they'll hear this. Who's your favorite actor and why?
Oh. Who's my favorite actor? Audrey Hepburn.
No.
Why not?
Kidding, of course, but why?
Why? Because I saw a particular movie when I was at a certain stage in my life which had a deep impression on me, Roman Holiday, of course.
And apart from that, what do you admire about her success?
Well, I mean, I don't want to insult anybody, but I thought she was one of the most graceful women I have seen.
Okay, Sadhguru, I have a personal question to ask you.
Okay.
I hope you can all hear me now.
They cannot.
Can you hear me? Okay, great. I've been very, very happily married for 10 years now.
Oh, that sounds…
Very happily married.
very, very is not…
I love my life. I love my family. But why do people find it their duty to question my RRR? RRR, first is my relationship, second is my ability to reproduce, and third is my role in life. There are so many women like me who would want an answer to this
I
question.
would leave the relationship to yourself, because that's your business.
Yes.
Because certain relationships, the nature of certain relationships are such that somebody else need not step into it. It's not our business to get there. And the second one is reproduction. Well, if you stay this way, not reproducing, I'm going to give you an award. Yes, I've already announced an award for all those young women who are healthy, who can reproduce, but chose not to reproduce. I have an award for them, because this is the greatest service you can do right now. If you were a tigress, I would say, please reproduce, because you are endangered. This is not an endangered species, we're nice, but we're just too many, all right? I'm not saying you're not nice, everybody is wonderful, but we're just too many. We're heading towards 10 billion in the next 35 years. Oh, that is not a world you want to live in. 10 billion people will be crawling all over the place, and we will cause inevitably an ecological disaster. Everybody wants to address, they want to catch CO2 molecules in the air. But, I was in a conference and all these people talking about this, how to reduce the… I said, first thing is we must reduce the human footprint. They're asking me, how to reduce the human footprint? I said, we must reduce the number of feet. It's as simple as that. If you had a working head, you would reduce the number of feet on the planet. If you don't have a working head, your reproductory organs are more active than your brains, then of course there'll be more and more feet where there'll be no space, we'll be stepping on each other's feet all the time. So the second one is award-winning choice.
You're going to get a call from my mother and my mother-in-law very soon.
I got many of those mother-in-law calls.
And the third is my role in life.
Your role in life, see, it is an individual choice how much a given person wants to do. I'm only asking people to be their best. When I say be their best,
if you are at the peak of your well-being, both in terms of your physical health, mental health, you're joyful, you're loving, you're wonderful, that's all. That's your role in life. Activity-wise, somebody wants to do more, somebody wants to do less, it's their choice. See, I want you to know this. Fortunately, 50% of the world's population is lazy, and they are the ones who are saving the planet. It is not human intelligence which is saving the planet. It is not human love which is saving the planet. It is not human compassion which is saving the planet. It is just human lethargy which is saving the planet. Because if all the 8 billion people became super industrious with all the technology we have, oh, this planet will be done in the next 15–20 years' time. So, we want to bow down to all the lazy people because by not doing anything, they're saving the planet. She likes it.
Sadhguru, which percent are you in?
Huh?
Which percent are you in?
I'm essentially lazy. I don't like to do anything. But I'm active 20–22 hours a day, at least 20 hours a day. Because there are so many things to be done, people are in such dire need of things. People ask me, Sadhguru, what's your dream? I say, my dream is to become unemployed. The day when nobody needs me, that means the world is doing great and I can play golf at least. Really?
No, I don't believe in that, sorry.
Well, today morning I golfed and came, so you must believe it. I spent 4.5 hours golfing, I'm just talking for 1 hour. So…
So, great. So Sadhguru says that if you're lazy, you're helping the planet.
No.
Great.
No.
But, so that brings me to my next question. I want to know your daily routine. What does Sadhguru do when he's not attending events?
Who said there is a routine? It's a wild life.
What does Sadhguru do the minute he wakes up? How many hours does he sleep for? What does he put into his system? I want to know.
Well…
I'm calling you Guru. I want to learn from you.
The Guru is a 4-letter word, say Sadhguru, it's 8.
Sadhguruji.
So, for almost 26–27 years, on an average, I slept 2.5 to 3 hours a day. These days, I'm a little lazy. I'm between 3 to 4 hours a day. Well, at one time I ate very well, but food and sleep never came on time for me in my life. When it comes, when it doesn't come, it doesn't come. These days I'm just on 1 meal a day and I'm doing fine.
Intermittent fasting?
This is all always in the yogic culture. Till you're 30, 33, you must eat 3 meals a day. Between 33 to 50, you must eat 2 meals a day. Beyond 50, you must eat 1 meal a day. It's enough for the body. Because your metabolism is slowing down, if you do not adjust the fuel accordingly, you will simply grow horizontally.
Thank you. And your physical activity?
Well, they keep me active, as I said, 18–20 hours a day, non-stop, because when I'm in India, the organization in America thinks I've just woken up and they call me at 1 AM. When I'm here, the Indian people are calling me at that time, thinking I'm in the middle of the afternoon. So, it's round the clock going on, something because we are an organization which is volunteer-run. When I say volunteer-run, they are wonderful people, super dedicated and devoted, but nobody's trained for the job. But still, they do an incredible job. As you have seen the Save Soil movement, some of our trustees in the foundation, which is the Conscious Planet Foundation, they thought there is some professional organization which can pull off this tour across 27 nations in 100 days at a pace. I did 697 events in 100 days. 697 events. and drove 30,000 kilometers. So when they went and consulted these professional organizations, they look at our schedule and said, this is insane, nobody can do this. But without a single hitch, without one day delay anywhere, our volunteers pulled it off, every event on time. So, this is the level of dedication. So, we are about 5,600 full-time volunteers and 17 million part-time volunteers. So managing them every day is a lot of work, it's a madman's work, but I will not go crazy because I'm already there, fully on because sanity is a very constipated way of existence. If you know how to go crazy in a controlled way, by will you go crazy, only then you know life. Sanity is constipation.
I'm learning a lot of new things. Sadhguru, last question. And it's going to be a quick one. In 1 minute, can you please tell us 5 ways that we can save soil?
Oh.
And then after save soil, what's next? I'm adding to it. 1 minute.
You want to save soil in 1 minute? We need to understand this. We are living in democratic nations and the important thing is we need to understand governments are not elected to do fantastic things. Governments are elected to fulfill people's mandate. I'm asking, where is the mandate? In which nation has 60% of the population ever stood up and asked for long-term well-being of their nations, asked for the well-being of their children, asked for the well-being of the future generations? No. They want gas price to be reduced. Well, it may happen. They want their income tax to be reduced. It may happen. I'm saying, when the citizens don't think long-term, how will the administrations think? Why I'm saying this is, you have given them a mandate of 4 years or 5 years. Suppose you were made the president of this country and you're given 4 years. Tell me, would you like to try to do things which will bear fruit in 4 years' time, or something that will bear fruit in 15 to 20 years' time? What would you attempt? 4 years. That's exactly what they're doing. Unless there is people's mandate, unless all of you raise your voice and every day talk about this, soil should be a part of the conversation and show that you are interested in the long-term well-being of this nation and this planet. If you do not constantly express that, it will not happen because administrations are elected for just 4 years. They will try to do that. So please, I want all of you, I want your support for next 12 months, every day 10 minutes. 10 minutes a day, you must say something about soil. Oh, I don't know anything. If that is a thing, there is UNFAO, which is enormous science on its website. If you can't understand what is written there because it's very technical, there is savesoil.org, where there is the same information is put in a simpler way. Read something, do your own research, say something about this, because this will determine, are we a responsible generation or are we going to be a regretful generation? This is what is going to determine this. This is a great challenge and a great privilege that we have, that we are in a cusp of time, that if we act now, in the next 10 to 15 years' time, we can make a significant difference. If you allow this to go as it is for another 25 to 40 years' time, even if you want to, you cannot revive the soil. I want you to know this. Don't go by what I say, do your own research and find out. It's very, very clear. Today, scientists are using the term soil extinction. When you say extinction, you think of dinosaurs and dodos. No, we are talking about soil extinction. This 15 to 18 inches of soil, which we call as the topsoil, is the largest living system, not just on this planet, in the known universe, it's the largest living system. And we've just been systematically killing it. Just find out how we can revive. Don't try to go and fix your kitchen garden, because fixing your kitchen garden is very cute. It's very cute of you to do it, but it's not a solution, because nearly 70% of the world's land is agriculture. If we don't fix that, there is no solution. If that has to be happen, incentive-based policies need to come across the world. For that, being in a democratic nation, if you don't speak, if you don't raise your voice, it's a wasted opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sadhguru. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. For all those who didn't hear as well today, please go and watch the recorded session. There's so much information you can get out of this. Sadhguru spoke in a very light-hearted way, but you know, it really will make an impact in your life. Thank you so much.
I kept my heart always light, never made it heavy. Thank you very much. Namaskaram.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sadhguruji, and thank you so much.
This very body is soil. My body, your body, everybody is just soil body. Soil body. The magic of soil is it turns death into life. Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.
Let's save soil. Thank you so much.
Save soil, let me hear that from you once. 1, 2, 3, save soil.
Save soil.
Save soil.
Save soil.
Let's make it happen.
Convener to felicitate Upasana Garu. Thank you so much, Upasana Garu. We love this session with Sadhguruji. Wishing you great health, and Aata is honored today. Thank you so much for your presence. That's all. Hear it for Upasana Garu. Gattiga chappalu, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so moving ahead, ఈ సభలో మా మేజర్ సాబ్ ఇప్పుడే ఎంట్రీ ఇచ్చారు. హార్టీ వెల్కమ్ మేజర్ అడవిశేష్ గారు. హార్టీ వెల్కమ్ టు ఆటా. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. All right, so moving ahead, మనతో పాటు మినిస్టర్ ఆఫ్ అగ్రికల్చరల్ తెలంగాణ శ్రీ నిరంజన్ రెడ్డి గారు ఉన్నారు. సో రిక్వెస్టింగ్ హిమ్ టు కమ్ ఆన్ స్టేజ్ ప్లీజ్. గట్టిగా చప్పట్లతో లెట్స్ వెల్కమ్ నిరంజన్ రెడ్డి గారు. Can we have the stage podium mic on, please? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. దయచేసి అందరూ కూర్చోవాల్సిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాం. స్టేజ్ ఎదురుగా రిక్వెస్టింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్ టు బి సీటెడ్ ప్లీజ్. We request ATA committee members to come forward. Stage ఎదురుగా. We need volunteers here. Ladies and gentlemen, requesting everyone to be seated, please. దయచేసి అందరూ కూర్చోవాల్సిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాం. Requesting ATA volunteers to come near the stage. దయచేసి అందరూ కూర్చోవాల్సిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నామండి. Please be seated, ladies and gentlemen. ప్రోగ్రాం కొంచెం డిలేలో నడుస్తుంది. అందరూ అర్థం చేసుకొని కూర్చుంటే ప్రోగ్రాం ముందుకెళ్తుంది. ప్లీజ్ రిక్వెస్టింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్ టు బి సీటెడ్. మినిస్టర్ ఆఫ్ అగ్రికల్చర్ శ్రీ నిరంజన్ రెడ్డి గారు మాట్లాడాల్సిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాం. సో
America, is it audible, please? అమెరికా తెలుగు సంఘం 17వ మహాసభలు ఈ చారిత్రాత్మకమైనటువంటి వాషింగ్టన్ మహానగరంలో నిర్వహిస్తుండడం. నాట్ ఆడిబుల్. ఈ ఆట 17వ మహాసభలకు విచ్చేసినటువంటి 50 మంది తెలుగు వాళ్ళందరికీ, ఆటా పాలకవర్గానికి, ఆటా ప్రతినిధులకి, ఇక్కడ ఈ ప్రాంగణంలోనే కాక దేశ విదేశాల్లో ఉండేటువంటి మన తెలుగు వాళ్ళందరికీ, భారతీయులందరికీ, ప్రధానంగా ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని అంగరంగ వైభవంగా నిర్వహిస్తున్నటువంటి ఆటా పాలక మండలికి, ఈ కార్యక్రమాల్ని తిలకించడానికి, ఇందులో పాల్గొనడానికి, సందేశం ఇవ్వడానికి, వివిధ పాత్రలు పోషించడానికి వచ్చినటువంటి గౌరవ పెద్దలు ఎంతోమంది ఉన్నారు, మహానుభావులు ఎంతోమంది ఉన్నారు. నాతో పాటు ఈ సభలకు ఆహ్వానించబడి పాల్గొన్నటువంటి గౌరవ సహచర మంత్రివర్యులు, గౌరవ శాసనసభ్యులు, నా ముందు కూర్చున్నటువంటి సోదరి గౌరవ శాసన మండలి సభ్యురాలు శ్రీమతి కవిత గారు, పక్కలే ఉండేటువంటి సునీత గారు, సుప్రసిద్ధ గాయని, ఆ పక్కలే ఉండేటువంటి మా మంగ్లీ సోదరి, అందరికీ పేరు పేరున నేను నమస్కారాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ప్రతి నమస్కారంగా మీరందరూ కూడా చప్పట్లు కొడితే బాగుంటుందని చెప్పి కోరుకుంటున్నాను. మూలాలు మర్చిపోకుండా, భాషా సంస్కృతుల్ని మర్చిపోకుండా, మన నాగరికతని మర్చిపోకుండా, ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళినా మన మూలాలని మన తరంతో పాటు భావితరాలకు కూడా పరిచయం చేయాలనేటువంటి సదాశయంతో భిన్నమైనటువంటి కార్యక్రమాలను రూపొందించి అత్యద్భుతంగా ఆకట్టుకున్నారు మీరందరూ కూడా. నేను మనసారా అభినందిస్తున్నా. సాంస్కృతిక కార్యక్రమాలు కానివ్వండి, నృత్యం కానివ్వండి, వివిధ అంశాలలో ఇక్కడ నిర్వహించినటువంటి కార్యక్రమాలన్నీ కూడా ఆకట్టుకోవడమే కాక స్ఫూర్తిదాయకంగా ఉన్నాయని చెప్పి మనవి చేస్తా ఉన్నా. ఇక్కడ ఒక సారూప్యత ఉంది. ఈరోజు వాషింగ్టన్ మహానగరానికి ఇంతకుముందు సభలో మీ ముందు మాట్లాడినటువంటి సద్గురు గారు స్పృశించినటువంటి చాలా అంశాలకు సారూప్యత ఉంది. వాషింగ్టన్ నగరం మనందరికీ తెలుసు. జార్జ్ వాషింగ్టన్ కాంటినెంటల్ ఆర్మీకి కమాండర్ ఇన్ చీఫ్గా ఉండి అమెరికన్ రెవల్యూషనరీకి నాయకత్వం వహించి ఆయనే మొదటి అధ్యక్షుడిగా ఈ దేశానికి పరిపాలన అందించినటువంటి మహానుభావుడు. జార్జ్ వాషింగ్టన్ని ఫాదర్ ఆఫ్ అమెరికన్ నేషన్ అనడంతో పాటు వాషింగ్టన్ని ఫాదర్ ఆఫ్ అమెరికన్ అగ్రికల్చర్ అని కూడా అంటారు. ఆ రోజుల్లోనే తొలి అధ్యక్షుడిగా ఆయన స్వయంగా వ్యవసాయాన్ని ప్రేమించమని చెప్పినాడు. ఆయన భాషలో అగ్రికల్చర్ ఈజ్ ద మోస్ట్ హెల్త్ఫుల్, మోస్ట్ యూస్ఫుల్ అండ్ మోస్ట్ నోబుల్ ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ మ్యాన్ అని చెప్పినాడు. చెప్పడమే కాదు, ఆయన స్వయంగా దేశాధ్యక్షుడిగా ఉండి పలు అద్భుతమైనటువంటి విధానాలు రూపొందించేటువంటి క్రమంలో, పాలన అందించేటువంటి క్రమంలో, ఒక నూతన దేశాన్ని నిర్మాణం చేసేటువంటి క్రమంలో ఆయన స్వయంగా ఒక రైతుగా తనకు తాను ఆవిష్కరింపబడినాడు. జార్జ్ వాషింగ్టన్ ఆ రోజులలోనే, ఆయన వ్యవసాయం చేసేటువంటి రోజులలోనే వ్యవసాయము భిన్న రీతుల్లో చేయడం మూలంగా, భిన్న పంటల్ని పండించడం మూలంగా, ఏకకాలంలో మల్టీ లేయర్డ్ క్రాప్స్ను పండించడం మూలంగా ఈ భూమి యొక్క ఆరోగ్యాన్ని కాపాడగలము అని చెప్పినాడు, సందేశం ఇచ్చినాడు. ఇవ్వడమే కాక వైవిధ్యమైనటువంటి పంటల్ని స్వయంగా ఆయన పండించి చూపించినాడు. ఆధునిక అమెరికా నిర్మాణంలో తొలి అడుగులు చాలా పగడ్బందీగా వేయించినటువంటి మహానుభావుడు ఆయన. అందుకే మనం అనేక వేల సంవత్సరాలుగా పరిణామ క్రమంలో ఇవాళ ఈ స్థితికి వచ్చినాం. ఇవాళ ఉండేటువంటి ప్రాపంచిక పరిస్థితులు, ఇందులో మానవాళి కర్తవ్యం ఏంది అనుకున్నప్పుడు 2015 సెప్టెంబర్లో యుఎన్ఓ ఏవైతే ప్రపంచ మానవాళికి ఒక దిక్సూచన ఇచ్చిందో, గోల్స్ను కొన్నిటిని నిర్దేశించి ఒక 17 గోల్స్ నిర్దేశించడం జరిగింది. అందులో ప్రధానమైనటువంటిది, అత్యంత ప్రధానమైనటువంటిది ఈ భూమిని కాపాడుకోవాలి, పర్యావరణాన్ని కాపాడుకోవాలి, జీవ వైవిధ్యాన్ని కాపాడుకోవాలని చెప్పి ఆనాడు ప్రకటించడం జరిగింది. మనం ఈ శతాబ్దంలో మనం చెప్తే జార్జ్ వాషింగ్టన్ గారు ఆయన బ్రతికిన కాలంలోనే ఆయన చెప్పినాడు, కాంపోస్ట్ గురించి ఆయన మాట్లాడినాడు, జీవ వైవిధ్యం గురించి మాట్లాడినాడు, ఈ భూమిని కాపాడుకునేటువంటి విషయం మాట్లాడినాడు. అది అత్యంత కీలకమైనటువంటి విషయం. మరి ఈరోజు మనం చూస్తే ప్రపంచంలో అమెరికా తర్వాత అత్యంత ఎక్కువ సాగుకు యోగ్యమైనటువంటి భూమి ఉన్నటువంటిది మన మాతృభూమి భారతదేశంలో. సుమారు 40 కోట్ల ఎకరాల పైచిలకు సాగుకు యోగ్యమైన భూమి భారతదేశంలో ఉంటే, రెండవ స్థానంలో మనం ఉంటే, అమెరికాలో 90 కోట్ల వ్యవసాయ యోగ్యమైనటువంటి భూమి ఉందని చెప్పి అగ్రికల్చర్ సెన్సెస్ ఎవ్రీ 5 ఇయర్స్కి ఒకసారి అమెరికాలో చేస్తారు. వాళ్ళ సెన్సెస్ ప్రకారంగా 2017 సెన్సెస్ ప్రకారంగా 90 కోట్ల వ్యవసాయ భూమి సాగుకు యోగ్యమైనటువంటి భూమి ఉంది, ఇతర భూములు కాక. ఈ భూముల్లో మొత్తం ప్రపంచంలో అత్యంత కీలకమైనటువంటి వ్యవసాయం అంటే అమెరికా, భారతదేశం. ఎందుకంటే అత్యధిక వ్యవసాయ భూములు కలిగినటువంటిది. చైనా భూములు కూడా మనకంటే తక్కువే. ఈ పరిస్థితులలోనే ప్రపంచ మనుగడ ముందుకు సాగాలి అంటే ఈ యొక్క భూమిని పరిరక్షించుకోవడం అనేటువంటిది చాలా చాలా కీలకమైనటువంటిది. దేశాలు ఎంత వైజ్ఞానికమైనటువంటి ప్రగతి సాధించినా, చంద్రయాన్ చేసినా, ప్రపంచంలోని అన్ని దేశాలు అనేక రకాల భౌతికమైనటువంటి అభివృద్ధి చేసుకున్నా కూడా మానవాళికి, జీవరాశులకి కీలకమైనటువంటి కేంద్రమైనటువంటి ఈ భూమిని కాపాడుకోకపోతే భవిష్యత్ తరాలు అంతరించిపోయేటువంటి ప్రమాదం ఉందనేటువంటిది సద్గురు గారు చెప్పినా, శాస్త్రవేత్తలు చెప్పినా, ఒకనాడు జార్జ్ వాషింగ్టన్ చెప్పినా అదే మాట. ఈరోజు ఇదే స్ఫూర్తితో ఇవాళ మనం పనిచేయాల్సి ఉంది, పనిచేస్తూ ఉన్నాం. మన రాష్ట్రంలో అదేవిధంగా భారతదేశంలో దీని మీద ప్రత్యేక దృష్టి పెట్టవలసినటువంటి అవసరం ఉందని చెప్పి భావిస్తూ 2050 వరకు ప్రపంచ జనాభా 900 కోట్లు దాటుతుందని చెప్పి అంచనా ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు ఉండేటువంటి ఆహార ఉత్పత్తులు, ఇందులో సుమారు ప్రతి ఏడు పండిన పంట కానీ వండిన వంట కానీ 3వ వంతు వృధా అవుతున్నదని చెప్పి ప్రపంచవ్యాప్త గణాంకాలు చెప్తున్నాయి. రాబోయేటువంటి మరో 20-25 ఏళ్ల కాలంలో ఆహార భద్రత ఏర్పడేటువంటి ఒక ప్రమాదం ఒకవైపుంటే, లభించేటువంటి ఆహారం కూడా పరిశుద్ధమైనదిగా లేనటువంటి పరిస్థితి ఒకటి కనిపిస్తూ ఉంది. కాబట్టి ఈ దృష్టికోణంలో చూసినప్పుడు మనందరి మీద బాధ్యత ఉంది. మనం మన భాషా సంస్కృతుల్ని పరిరక్షించుకోవడంతో పాటు భావితరాలకు మనం నేర్పవలసినటువంటిది ఏంది, వర్తమానంలో మనం చేయాల్సింది ఏంది అనేటువంటిది ఒక స్పష్టమైన అవగాహన మనం కలిగి ఉంటే మంచిది. మరి మీరు నిర్వహించేటువంటి ఈ సభలు, సమావేశాలు ఇవన్నీ కూడా కొంత నూతన ఆలోచనను రేకెత్తించేటువంటి విధంగా, కొత్త ఆలోచనలకు తావిచ్చేటువంటి విధంగా కూడా కార్యక్రమాల రూపకల్పనలో కొంత భాగం ఉంటే బాగుంటుందని చెప్పి నేను సూచన చేస్తూ, ఈ సమయంలో మీ సమయాన్ని ఇంతకంటే ఎక్కువ తీసుకోవడం భావ్యం కాదని భావిస్తూ సెలవు. మీ అందరికీ నమస్కారం.